Welcome to On Air with Kate Butler, where we are revealing life's best kept secrets. Welcome to On Air with Kate Butler. I am thrilled to have you today because we have an extraordinary guest. Please allow me the pleasure of introducing Mary Gervais, who is a serial entrepreneur. This beautiful woman is an innovator who has helped thousands of women fulfill their dreams of starting a business, building and growing their own companies. Mary is driven by a desire to create more meaningful connections between people and to make the world a more honest and open place. Can we take a moment? That is beautiful. And so is Mary. I can't wait for you to get to know her better. She has also established herself as a leader and guide in co creation, a form of collaborative innovation where ideas are shared and improved together. As a heart conscious action taker, Mary thrives on the energy that innovation and untapped potential generate. I do know Mary to be a heart conscious action taker and an innovator that can lead us to our optimum potential. I cannot wait to dive into this today. Mary, welcome to our show, The Best Kept Secrets, and we are going to be diving right into yours today. Welcome.
Thank you, Kate. I am so excited to be here. And really, from the bottom of my heart, it is just an honor to be with you today. Um, I, you know, I guess I will tell everyone Kate and I met. I was part of her book series, and our book, Women Who Dream, came out this summer. And I would just love to start by saying that putting my message into words was absolutely one of the most pivotal things I have ever done.
Wow. Okay. So putting your message into words, in other words, you've lived through this and you have done, all these amazing things in your life along with journeying, right? And experiencing along the way, but taking the time to actually catalog it and write it, right? And then put it out to the world. So talk to us a little bit about, first of all, what made you want to put this in the form of a book? Why was that important to you?
I a part of it comes to me, Kate. I'm a high performance coach, and I work with entrepreneurs. So I also call myself an intuitive strategist because I have always been highly intuitive since I was a child. And I had previously lived in Rhode Island, and I ran the Women's Business Center there for 3 years. And that's where I coached so many women. And what I realized is many people do not sit still and tap into their intuition. So the book, my portion is called Your Heart Knows the Way. And
Mhm.
it's a journey of how, as a child, I just started listening to my intuition, and regardless what anyone said, I was like, no, this is the way I'm going. And it begins with me as a foreign exchange student going to live in Bolivia in South America. And, I was supposed to be going to South Africa, but things got changed in the last month. And I'm like, okay, I'm going. Let's just go, you know. And everything that I have done in my life, from that point, school, traveling, has been because of my intuition. My heart just tugs on me, and I know, and I'm like, okay, this is where I need to go. It's almost like this energy inside side of me.
Absolutely. And talk to me about how you guide this energy to help other people along in their own business, because I do know you to be such a brilliant resource for entrepreneurs and really helping them get down to the core of, what they're here to do and then help them bring that out to the world in a bigger way. Can you tell us a little bit about um, you as a coach or you as a mentor?
Sure. And right now, I mean, at the point where I am, I love to work with heart centered business women, and I do say business women because yes, I work with entrepreneurs, but I also work with, people who are on the higher level because sometimes we need clarity or they want to start a side business. But what it is that clarity, being able to articulate that heart message, because when we have those heart messages or we get intuition, that's telling us we have something inside of us that we long to spread. It's the key to bringing your work into the world. So, how I work with people is basically I figure out where we are, you are, what is the heart of your vision? And we look at where you are there any roadblocks? And what is the key to you expanding it exponentially? And we just go from there.
Wow. Wow. So also you talk about this collaboration piece a lot, right? And so, talk to me a little bit about what does collaboration mean to you? Why is it important? Why is it such an important element of what you bring to the table and what you teach people?
Because collaboration, well, first of all, innately, I honestly sometimes think of myself as a spider in a spider web. I am innately a connector. So I picture myself here and then the web's growing. So I take all of the connections and bring them together and just naturally say, hey, you need to talk to so and so, or this piece fits with this piece. This is how my brain functions. So when it comes to entrepreneurship or life, when we collaborate, we can create so much more.
Mm,
And I do find that in the business world, some people are afraid. They're like, oh, I don't want them to steal my idea, or I don't want them to, and I'm like, no, you need to understand we all have our own lane, we all have our own niche. And when we work together, we all grow together. And when we work together, we are able to create new things because we have all of our great ideas coming together and we're just bringing it into something grander.
wow. And so a lot of people feel, like you said, not only not wanting their, intellectual property shared per se or their ideas shared per se, but also feeling like there is this competition out there, right? So why would I collaborate with someone and maybe give something away, perhaps, right? And also maybe not view it as, well, I think some people do view it as we don't want them to take from us, but also we feel like maybe we're giving some piece of it away if we collaborate. So, what about competition, Mary? What are your feelings on that?
I honestly, I really don't think we are competing because we all have our own place and
Mm,
we can help one another. I remember I had my own bakery cafe for 7 years and I did some research and I was like, okay, I did, New York style bagels from scratch, artisan breads, we did catering. And so in the area at the time, this is when Panera was first coming out.
oh, okay.
And okay, and I was like, well, they're across town, but yet they're a different market. I am mom and pop. I knew everyone's name when they came in. I People could come in. It was a different atmosphere. They could
Yeah.
sit down and read. I had a library. So it's it's not I really don't think that if we have that mindset that we are not competing, we each have our own wheelhouse, we can help one another. And I actually partnered with a much larger restaurant and they were open for breakfast and dinner, or I mean, lunch and dinner, where I was open for breakfast and lunch. But we did a partnership because I could do certain kinds of catering that they couldn't do. And then we ended up sharing product too between our businesses.
Wow.
So, I mean, and another thing that happened is I used to do farmers markets, and then I ended up opening my kitchen to a few people who really needed a baking place. So I
Wow.
received revenue from that. So when you think about how we can all work together, you can really increase your revenue stream. And besides that, you're creating community. And for me, community is everything. We need that support.
Wow, yes. Yeah, I love how you tied that in too, right? And then we also, right, we don't have to do it alone. We don't have to do it alone if we have that community and that collaboration around us, not just for the monetary piece, which also is very important as an entrepreneur, but also for our soul piece, which again brings you back to being that really heart conscious, heart centered mentor for us, right? And I just love what you shared there. I think it's really important for people to your stance on that and who you are as a person and these successes along the way that have not only led you to believe these certain things about business, but they've also proved your instincts to be right. Right, that
Correct.
collaboration actually benefits us a lot more. So I absolutely love what you say there. So Mary, tell us, what do you feel like is the best kept secret that you have learned along the way? Tell me something that you wish you had known earlier on, or something that really surprised you along the way. It can be personal or business, but just interested to know, what kind of advice or lesson you may have learned that you can pass on to us.
Yeah, one of the pillars that I work with in my training is abundance. And
Mm,
when I talk about abundance, I talk about time freedom and financial freedom.
yeah.
And this is so important to me. First of all, the timing piece. When I here we go back to my bakery cafe, which was one of my businesses.
Hmm.
When I first started out, my children were, I think about this, they were 1.5 and 3.
Wow.
And I was working crazy hours. And we were open 7 to 2, but someone had to be there at 5. And if the baker didn't show up, my phone rang at 4 and I had to be in at 4:30. That was rare,
Yeah.
but what I'm saying is that work life balance between juggling family, entrepreneurship, and business, I have learned so much along that path and that's what I love. One of the things when I talk about time freedom, the other thing piece of that is your self care. Are you taking time? When I was open at 9 months, I ended up having to have emergency surgery. I had my appendix and gallbladder out. They didn't know what was wrong with me for about a week. And finally, they had to go in and do exploratory surgery. And when I woke up, I was like, what did you do? And they're like, well, we took out your appendix and your gallbladder. And what I had realized is that I was going, like doing all of this. And that's when I had to take time and say, okay, I need to dedicate a little more time to self care and create that balance and flow.
You are the epitome of balance and flow. And you know what is so interesting and beautiful about you, Mary, is that it's not just balance and flow for you, but you also were able to tie in that strategic piece. Sometimes those things don't always come from the same person, and that's okay. But I think that is this is your superpower, is that you are intuitive, you are very connected into that balance and flow, but you're also able to really beautifully tie in that strategic piece for people. So tell us, what is next for Mary? Can you give us some insights into how you are bringing your gifts into the world next? I know you have many things going on, but maybe just one or a few of those things.
Sure. So I've had a few businesses and I started in July my own brand. It's maryhelengervais.com. That's where people can find that. And, I do my coaching. I have 2 masterminds that I run a year that if it's for women, if you are interested in up leveling yourself, there's information there. I'm doing more speaking because here's what I was talking about: our words. Our words can be spoken, our words can be written. So I just love going out in facilitating the thought of innovation and collaboration. And the other thing that I have coming up in 2023 is I already know that I am going to be writing 2 books. So that is so exciting for me. And, I would have never considered myself a writer, but I just feel that now I have so many things to tell people. And yes, we can do it speaking, but writing is something that just can be passed along to people.
You know, there are certain people that come into your life and you just instantly elevate by being around them and by being part of their world. And you, Mary, are one of those people. So it makes my heart overflow with joy to hear that you are offering and opening the space for people to actually connect into that through masterminds and through working with them and through speaking and all of these, and even offering your books out to the world. But really, I think the book is a way for them to go deeper with you after they've been in your space, right? Because being in your space is a game changer. I know it from being in your space. And I would really encourage anyone out there who really is looking to up level, like Mary said, really elevate your energy, open up your mind, take your personal life and your business life, right? It's all connected, and take that to the next level. I really invite you to get into Mary's world, connect with her, have a conversation. She is just a true good human with brilliant gifts for like-minded, soul-centered, heart-conscious people like us, like the people that are listening to this, the people in our community, the people in our world. Mary is one of those people who gets it, who understands, and the gifts that she's been given are really to help us elevate those out to the world in a bigger way. So Mary, I just want to thank you so much for being here today, for sharing all of your best kept secrets and your interesting life, your amazing stories, and your brilliance with the world. You truly are one of a kind, and it's just an honor to know you and to be able to spend time with you.
Thank you, Kate. And I also did want to say there's one other way to connect with me. I have it's an intimate Facebook group, but it's called Intuitive Femme. And that if people want to, log on there, I would love to meet you. Because it's just all about community for me. So really, Kate, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I just love working with you.
It's been, we had an instinct connection, I felt like, and then, life is just so beautiful how you can be brought back together with people when it's the exact right time. It's been truly, truly, truly such an honor, Mary, to be in your space. I always learn from you. I always feel elevated after I leave your space. And those are the type of people I always want to be around. We should all have that in our lives. And that was one of my biggest takeaways from our conversation today. So I'm so grateful for you.
Likewise. Thank you so much, and have a beautiful day.
Thank you. And thank you, everyone who listened today to On Air with Kate Butler. We are revealing life's best kept secrets. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. Check out Mary at her website and on Facebook. Connect with her, reach out, have a conversation, and definitely get this amazing woman in your world somehow, some way. We will see you on our next episode. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening today. I would love to connect with you on social, and you can find me on Instagram and Facebook under Kate Butler Books. If you're interested in accessing some life-changing tools and techniques, you can grab those right off of the homepage of my website for free, and that is katebutlerbooks.com. And you can always check back here to download new episodes from our podcast right here where you listen today. Until next time, thank you for making this world a better place just by being you.